Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Codly, My Beloved. It's not the actual name of the artist. The artist is just Codly, but Codly, My Beloved indeed. This is Mortal and Its Desire, a song that I saw forever ago when I was looking into Codly's other stuff, and I'm like, ooh, and I couldn't play it because I knew that somebody would probably be requesting it, and that's what Say did for this one and my executive producers. So here we are, finally able to listen to this, and without further ado, let's go! Also, as per usual, it's a pretty long track, so I'll probably be giving the bulk of my thoughts while we listen. Ooh. We get closed caption, like, scene setting here. It's actually pretty helpful, especially when all of Codly's music is so story-driven. Codly out here casually making, like, D&D storylines with music. I love the lack, you know, just the empty space, letting you sit with that. It's one of Codly's best traits. Build the atmosphere naturally. Until you need the music. Whew. Had to take a deep breath after that one. Brilliant reverb. Like, how do you make a synth sound angry and sad? Like those ones screaming in the start. Sorry, the voice is kind of popping in there got me. It's like they were cautious of doing so. Also, the sound profile kind of changed when the drums came in there. This melody is kind of giving like our nose surge a little bit. Not in the processing, just the melodic side of it, the specific top line. It's got just enough of that, like, kind of general Western fantasy. Damn. That's such a good ostinato. That phrase, just looping on that, it's so... It doesn't, like, let you settle in at all. It keeps stopping early and repeating again. There's that synth. Just the low end of it, though. Just the raw intensity of the threat. Sounds like electricity in there. Very wild. And we're speeding up. That was a great synth there, too. Like, fluttering was sick as hell. The storm. And the chimes blustering. Oh. Oh shit. Wait a minute. Oh god. Whew. All right, got chills off that one. Amazing pause there. Fantastic abuse of that system. Just remove stuff. Completely cut it out. Just like such aggressive winds would be doing as they fly in front of your face. You can't hear shit. That's a phrase to appear on screen after all of that. God damn it, Kodley. Holy shit. You've done it again. I mean... And again, leaving us with just that... Just the space, you know? Just the atmosphere. Nothing else, just the wind. Like I said, Kodley fucking did it again. Amazing job. Fantastic work. The storytelling, the world building that Kodley has managed to do in like all of the songs I've heard from Kodley have been so impressively strong. I actually turned a bunch of people on the Camellia Discord, the musician Camellia, onto Kodley's work because I shared Piercing Snowflake with them, and they were like, holy shit, what a great like way to world build and like to use space and sound in order to abuse that. Like, it's a good abuse. I'm not saying like it's a negative thing. You're abusing the senses in order to play with the listener's mind. That is the most psychological trickery you can do as a musician, is utilizing the sound you have. That is your weapon, you know? It's so important. And Kodley nails getting that atmosphere down, just utilizing even something as simple as a wind in the beginning and end of here to show you you that it was starting calm and ending calm, but all of that in the center was the storm you were experiencing. Everything in there was all of that turbulence, all of that confusion, all of that anger, repression, everything. It was just all there, and it was all needed. It was all necessary in order to get this story across. And then to have like the performers, seriously, the performers that Kodley picks out, what an amazing ear that Kodley has for like depicting voices, just to have them do things like crying, like in Piercing Snowflake, just little accent things, or like in this one, having an amazing vocalist handle all of the lyrics, as of course you should have an amazing vocalist use, but then directing them to do a certain emotional like pull at the end there, like utilizing everything that they have and not singing perfectly is an absolute key for that at certain spots, like that one at the end where she was just screaming it, you know, just like there's this emotional release, there's this cathartic moment that you need to have in a song where you need to not care about being pretty and sounding good. You just need to have the raw emotion in there. And while she was hitting the notes still, you could tell that there was like a timbre difference between that aggressive, angry singing and the stuff that was much calmer happening earlier. There was more control there, the notes were steadier, and you threw that unironically into the wind for this one and just gave the best of the best performance possible for that. And then again, just pushing it even further with stuff like stopping the music for just a split second to really jar you, like you've been hit with something, like the wind, probably going at hundreds of miles per hour at this point, just complete unrest. You have no clue what's going to be happening next. And it's so amazing to hear somebody who's so good at doing that. This is the sort of shit where, like, if I think I've said this before, that if I were working on a film or something or any sort of animated project that needed this sort of cinematic approach, and probably basically any other musical approach, I would go for Kodley if I could afford to pay Kodley to work on it, because man, what an absolute gift, what an absolute knack for understanding where those emotions are supposed to be and how to utilize them and make people feel them. Obviously it is a little bit different if they were to be writing for something that's cinematic or even a show or something, that you'd have to also work with the sound design and the dialogue of whatever the characters are doing in that moment. That's something else though, but he's able to manage that on his own, which is usually harder to do than having somebody else give you all of those other pieces to the puzzle. He's making his own. He's crafting his own. He's creating a world. Every single song feels like a completely different world. It might all be within the same universe. I don't know. But man, fucking Kodley, dude. This is why Kodley is in my top 5 composers of all time currently. Like, Kodley is up there with the greats for me. Up there with John Powell, John Williams, the best of the best in the business. I believe that Kodley understands music to that degree. And I have no problem saying that because god damn it, what a perfect experience every single time listening to his works and feeling that world, that love, that effort, the care in every single painful detail. Kodley nails it every fucking time. But I think that's enough of me glazing Kodley, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you want me to get to another song from anyone, drop it in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you want to guarantee something, much like Say did for this one, you can go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships where you can guarantee something. It doesn't matter what it's from, who it's by, if it's good or bad, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. That's how we get people like this on the channel, and I love it. But if you don't want to do any of that, you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!